A very good morning and good evening to all the participants. Today, I'm going to start with calculation views for customer, material and company code of type dimensions. That's we see in today's session. We're going to see how we are going to create calculation views of type dimension. So in this session, the practical that I'm going to show you in today's session, I'm going to focus on how we can create calculation views of type dimension. So what I'm going to do now, so let me open Paint. Let me open MS Paint. So here we can see so here you have calculation views of type dimension. So what example I would like to take over here? So what I'm going to take it over here. When you create a calculation views of type dimension for customer, let us create for customer. So let us go back. Let us right click on system. Let us click log on. The username is best and let us provide the password W capital welcome 123 and click OK. Let us expand the content. Let us quickly expand the content. Let us right click on content. Let me click on new, click on package. Let me give a name for the package, S4 HANA Master 10. So I think participants know what is a delivery unit. Delivery unit is nothing but it is an object used to transport. It is an object that is used to transport packages from one system to another system. So let's click OK. So just I am creating one package. So let us go to the package S4 HANA Master Data 10. Now what I'm going to do, I think this is not the one, S4 HANA Master Data 10. Master 10, okay, this is the one. So let us right click on this package. Let us click new. And let us click on the calculation view. So once I click on the calculation view, once I click on the calculation view, now here, you see, please see here, you have the data category. Now, note, if you set the data category as a cube, the default node is aggregation. You can change the default node to star join by selecting this checkbox. So if I would like to convert this to a star join, so what is the scenario that you would convert to a star join when you process transaction data? Whenever you process transaction data, in that scenario, I can check this. But for now, because I'm processing master data, I'll select the dimension. Now, if I select this, please see this is disabled. Now here you see the note. If you set the data category as a dimension, the default node is projection. If you set the data category as a dimension, the default node is projection. What is a projection? Projection is a selection of columns. According to our business requirement, you would like to select required columns. Then we would take it as a projection. So by default, when you select a dimension, what is that system is going to give you? By default, it gives the projection. Now let us give a name. I'll give it as CV underscore customer. And let us provide the description. So I'm giving the label as customer. I'm selecting this as a projection. I'm selecting this as a projection and click finish. So we'll see in detail. We just started. I'm going to show you in detail. Now here, let us open this. So once you open this, now please see here, what do you see here? You see there are different nodes. Now everything is graphical user interface. Everything is drag and drop. So you see there is something called join, union, projection, aggregation, and rank. Now what do we see by default? By default, we see the projection. Okay, so what we are going to do now? What I'm going to do now? So here, first I'm going to click on join. Click join. Just click here and click it over here. Click and click. Now these are known as simple joins. Now what is a simple join? A simple join is nothing but cannot take more than 2 tables. In a simple join, we cannot take more than 2 tables. Please see. I click on the plus icon. Let me add a table called KNA1 from a schema called best. So I'm selecting the customer master table from which schema, from a schema called best. I'll select the table and click OK. Now from the join, now these are known as simple joins. Why? Because we can only take 2 tables. So this is the first table. So whenever I add a table, we can see this in the details pane. What you can see this in details pane. So click on join. Let me click on the plus icon once again. Let us add one more table, T005T. I'm just trying to add one more table called T005T from the best schema and click OK. Now here, now please see, do you see the plus icon anymore? The plus icon is disabled. Why the plus icon got disabled? The reason, it's a simple join. In a simple join, we cannot take more than 2 tables. So now what I'm going to do, what is my requirement? It's very simple. So here you see land 1. I click on land 1, select the land 1 and link to the land 1 on the other table. So I link land 1 to land 1. It's very simple that what I would like to get it over here. Customer ID, customer name, country of the customer, and country text. I have the customer ID, I have the country ID, I have the customer name and the country name. And I would also select region. This is nothing but region ID. Now here, these are nothing but the selected columns of the join one. What I'm getting over here, please see what I'm trying to get over here. Now right click on this. Now here can we see data preview? Excuse me. So we can see data preview on top of this join. But before I take the data preview, before I process the data preview, I'm going to do select this join. And here you see it's an inner join. So I'm going to change this to text join. And I'm also going to indicate the language as SPRES. So we know by now a text join is a join that can produce descriptions based on user session. A text join is a join that can produce descriptions based on user session. Now you see, I cannot add more than 2 tables. Now, when I right click on the join, and when you try to click data preview, when you would like to click on rename, I would like to rename this customer country underscore details and click OK. So what are we getting in here? What am I trying to get? I'm trying to get customer country details in this. So click on join once again and click on join on the work area. Now I'm going to link this customer country details to the join one. The output of the customer country details is now available in join one. Now let us also click on join one. So what do you see in join one? In join one, we see the output of the customer country details. Whatever we selected over here, whatever the columns that we selected over here, now we can see in join one. Now what is my requirement here? Once again, my requirement is I would like to see customer ID, customer name, country ID, country text, and I only have region ID, but I don't have region text. So what I can do now, again I'll click on the plus icon, and now I'll add another table called T005U. So I'll add the table T005U from best schema, and then I'll click OK. Now please see what did we do here. So all the participants okay until here? I hope all the participants feel comfortable. Can I proceed? Okay, so let us click OK now. So once you click OK now here you see, now I got the other table called T005U. Now what I am trying to get from the T005U, I'm trying to get the region text. What is region text? BZI. Now this column called BZI is nothing but the region text. So what I can do now, in order to get the region text, I'll simply link Regio with BLAND. Why I'm linking region with BLAND? Both are regions. This is a region and this is also a region. But just that it is in a different technical name. Now again, Because I would like to get the region text, what I'm going to do, I'm going to indicate this again as a text join, and again I'm going to indicate this as SPRAS. Why am I taking S? SPRAS is nothing but the language key. SPRAS is nothing but the language key. It gives the text based on the user session. Okay, so now all that I require from here is nothing but the last column, BZDI. Okay, you have customer, name, country, name, region, name. And finally, I'll right click on the join one and click rename. So everything is graphical user interface. Just everything is drag and drop link. Now what I'm getting over here, customer region underscore details. I'll click OK. Instead of details, I'll take it as text. And click OK. So here, now I got now basically here I'm only trying to display the technical names. But it is always not necessary you can see technical names. You can also see descriptions. I choose to show you technical names, but when you're working on the real projects, you can also see the descriptions. Okay, so here I got the customer details. Now I'm actually trying to expand this. Now let us link this customer region text to the projection. Now let us click on the projection. Once we click on the projection, finally, what is the purpose of a projection? The purpose of a projection is nothing but to select required columns. So when are we getting a projection over here? What is the scenario that we can see the projection? Projection is a default node. Projection is a default node when you select dimension. Whenever you're so is my voice audible, all the participants? Is my voice audible? So projection, you're selecting projection because you have taken it as a dimension. Because dimension, we are seeing the projection. So projection is a default node whenever you select a dimension. So now let me select the required columns. Let me select all the required columns to the output. Now let us click on the semantics. At least one key attribute. I'm selecting at least one key attribute. Now here you see there is something called label column. What is the purpose of label column? What is the purpose of label column? The purpose of a label column is to associate key with the text. Whenever you have a requirement to associate key with the text, we take in as a, please see I'm taking this as, so everything okay, all the participants? Okay, so here I'm linking customer with name. I'm linking land one with landex. I'm linking regio with BZDI. So why am I trying to link this? Now we are trying to link because in the front end, when the business would like to see data for customers, they can see both customer as well as its associated text in one single column rather than displaying in two different columns, it will display in one single column. So that is the purpose of label columns. So here I'm giving the label columns, and finally click on validate and click save and activate. So let us select the request and click finish. So once you click finish, now let me open this. Let us open this calculation view. Let us right click on the customer. Let us click data preview. And let us click raw data. Now can we see here? Click add filter. Click KUNNR. Let me search for one record. I'm just trying to search for one record. 2, click execute. Once you execute, now please see why this customer is showing so many times. It is supposed to show only one time. The reason is this is because, let me show you what is the problem over here. Now see what is the problem here. I only link region to region, but don't we think regions are specific to country? Now when I link region to region, what system is trying to do? It is trying to display all the regions with associating 08. So whatever the ID it is 08, it is showing Germany 08 for all the regions. But don't we think regions are specific to country? For example, I'll give a simple example. Hyderabad is in India. Hyderabad is also in Pakistan. But which ID are you referring to? Are you referring to Hyderabad in India or Hyderabad in Pakistan? Everything has the same ID. Hyderabad in India has 08. Hyderabad in Pakistan also has 08. But we need to specifically to which country are you going to associate. So what I can do now, I'll go back. Simply what we need to do, regions are specific to country. So link land 1 to land 1. So once you link land 1 to land 1, now let us click validate once again. Click save and activate. And now let us click data preview. Let us click on raw data. Let us click add filter, KUNNR, and click execute. Now here you can see a 02 customer is wet, country is DE, country text is Germany. In Germany 08 is nothing but Baden. Calculation views of type dimensions are mainly used to create for master data. So whenever you have a scenario to create a master data, then we go for calculation views of type dimension. Okay, let me quickly create another scenario. Quickly I'm going to do one more scenario. Please see, can I proceed with one more scenario, participants, very quickly? Right click on the calculation view, click new once again. Let us give a name CV underscore material. Let us give the label, nothing but the description. Same thing, data category, select it as dimension and click finish. So once you click finish, let us click on join. It's so simple. Click join, click join on the work area, plus icon, give the table Mara. So this time what I'm going to do is I'm going to take tables that have descriptions. So what I'm going to do, tables already have description. So let us select Mara, SAP SLT 0001. I click OK. Okay, so here you see, this time I can see columns and descriptions. Let me click on the plus icon once again. And let us enter another table, MAKT. I'm entering another table, MAKT. MAKT. 1 minute, please. From a schema called SAP SLT 0001. Yes, I'm trying to search. Do you see anywhere? Yes, here. And click OK. Now, what I need to do, participants. So here, what I'm trying to do. So what is my requirement over here? My requirement is the step number 1 is to add tables inside the join. Step number 2, join material with material ID. So why am I trying to join? So once you join, step number 2 is to join. Step number 3 is to define join type as text join and SPRES. Now let me select material ID. You see, I also would like to select material group. Each material belongs to what group? I'm going to even select the material group, and then let us select material text. What is this? This is nothing but the material description. Now straight away, I'll right click on this, click rename, and click OK. Click OK. So now once I click OK, let us link material text with the projection. Click on the projection. Now here you have the material ID, material text, and material group. Text. Once we click on the semantics, now once again let me repeat, what is the purpose of label column? Now what is the purpose of label column? It's simple. Let me quickly explain. Now for example, there is a material ID called 000, for example, 1. So where is this material 0001 in material ID? Material ID, which is nothing but MATNR. Now for this 001, you have another column called material text. Now what is the technical name for material text? What's the technical name for material text? MAKTX. Let's say this is iPhone X. Now why should I display material ID in one column and material column? I don't require. So what I'll do, I'll simply display like this. 001 is iPhone X. So what I'm trying to do, I'm trying to associate this material text to material ID. So So when I display material ID, it will even show the associated text besides to the material ID. This is called as labels column. I'm associating what? Material text. But this will be visible to the end user. So end user will be able to see this. So I'll select at least one key. Finally click on validate and click on save and activate. I'll select the request and click finish. And once we click finish, let us CV underscore material, right click on this and click data preview, click on data preview and click on raw data. So once you click on raw data, now here you can see what is the material, each material, what is the text, and if it is associated to any group. So what I'll do very quickly is, first just quickly I'm going to create the calculation views of type dimension for company code. So I'll right click on the calculation view, click new. Let us give the name CV underscore. Just quickly I'm going to create this CV underscore company code. Provide the description. Let us take the data category as dimension. So when should we go take dimension? What is the purpose of creating a dimension? For master data. Whenever we select a dimension, what is the default node? Projection. So whenever you select a dimension, the default node is projection and click finish. What is projection? Projection is a selection of columns. Whatever the columns that you would like to take to the output, we can use a projection node. So let us open the scenario pane. So by default, when you select a dimension, you see the projection. So how do you know? Just by seeing whether it is a dimension, cube or cube with star join. Please see, click on view properties. So once you click on view properties, now please see data category is nothing but dimension. You see the data category is dimension category. Now what we are going to do now, excuse me, what we are going to do, excuse me, what we are going to do now. So I'll click on join and click on join our career. Click on the plus icon and enter the table T001. Enter the table T001. What is T001? It is nothing but which can hold the company code data. So this table has the data related to company code. So here I'm going to select best. Click OK. Click on the plus icon again. Let us enter the table TCURT. So I'm going to select from the best schema. Not TCURT, it should be TVKO. So why I'm taking TVKO? The reason I'm taking TVKO because this table holds data related to sales organization. So what I would like to achieve, I would like to see in these company codes how many sales organizations I have. For example, In a company code called Germany, you have Frankfurt, Berlin. If you see on each company code, how many sales organizations I have? For this purpose, I'm taking TVKO. TVKO table is nothing but sales organization table. So I'm going to select from best schema, TVKO from best. So where do you see this best? Okay, here. And click OK. So in the join one, in the first join, what is this for? Let us right click, rename. Now here, what is this for? This is for company code attributes. This is nothing but company code attribute. Click OK. So here you see, here you have the company code ID. I'm going to link this with company code. Whenever you join to attribute tables, now do we think TVKO is an attribute table or a text table? Now this is nothing but an attribute table. This table is not a text table. So then I would not select this as a text join. Now because this is an attribute table, because this is an attribute table, I would not select it as a text join. So click view caras, view text, WAERS, currency ID, a sales organization. So company code ID, company code text, currency ID, and sales organization ID. So why am I selecting sales organization ID? Because I would like to see in each company code. So participants experiencing any audio issues? Because I just got a message, participants having some audio issues. Is everything fine, participants? Hope everything is perfect. Yeah, thank you so much. So here we can see, here you have the company code ID. In each company code, how many sales organizations you have. So I selected this column to the output. So now can we take more than 2 tables in one join condition? I cannot more than 2 tables in one join condition. Now I have one more requirement. So from here, what are we trying to get? My company code ID, company code text, currency ID. Within each company code, each company code is associated with what currency? I also would like to see the text of the currency. For example, USD, United States dollar, Saudi Riyal, Philippines peso, Malaysian ringgits, Singapore dollars. So if you would like to see text for each of the company code ID, now please see here, when I right click on this, sorry, when you right click on this, click data preview, drag and drop WAERS to labels access. Click on tables. Now what would you see here? Now these are nothing but company code IDs. But I would like to see how would I know what is CHF or COP or GBP unless and until I don't have text for these IDs. So what I'm going to do, I'll click back. I click back. So now what I'm going to do, again click on the join condition, click on the work area, link the output of the company code to this join. Then what is going to happen? The output of this company code attributes or the master. Now I'm seeing in the join one. Please see. So here you see the output. Now what is my requirement? I would like to see the currency text and sales organization text. So what I can do now, I'll right click on this join one and click rename. Then in here, I'm going to give it as currency text. Click OK. Now I'll click on this plus icon and let us enter the table TCURT. Let us enter the table TCURT and let us select from the best schema. Let us select this from best schema. So let us select this from best and click OK. Now please see. Now here you see there is a currency text. So link WAERS with WAERS. Why I'm trying to link this? This is the currency ID and here also it is currency ID. And here I have currency text. Currency text here is nothing but L text. So BUKRS, BU text, currency ID, this is sales organization ID, and this is currency text. Whenever you take a text, then what it is going to be? Now this is going to be text join. So join type is a text join. So I'll select this as text join and language column SPRS. Okay, participants. So by this, what I'm trying to achieve, here I can see the currency ID and here I can get the currency text. Now, what is my other requirement? Now please see here, this is nothing but sales organization IDs. Same like currency ID, for sales organization ID, for each ID of the sales organization, I require text. So what I can do, again, I'll click on the join and click on the work area. Now, participants, what is the difference between a text table and an attribute table? What is the difference between a text and an attribute table? An attribute table will not have text in different languages. A table that can store data or the descriptions in different languages, that is nothing but the text table. Like TCURT is a text table. Now this is an attribute table. What is an attribute table? A table that can contain more details about a business entity, like company, currency of the company code, sales organization of the company code. Something which is giving more details about a business entity is nothing but an attribute table, and something which can hold descriptions in different languages is nothing but the text table. So in here, what I'm trying to do again, I link the output of the currency text and link to the, again, join one. So what I'm trying to get it over here. So in here, I'm trying to get the sales organization text. So let us right click on this, click rename, and let us give the name sales underscore organization underscore text and click OK. Now, so once you see here, I'll click on the plus icon and let us enter the table TVKOT. What is TVKOT? Sales Organization Text. TVKOT from best schema. Select from the best schema and click OK. Now, let us link VKORG with VKORG, Sales Organization ID with Sales Organization ID. Let us select the company code ID, company code text, ID, currency text, sales organization ID, and sales organization text, vtext, is nothing but sales organization text. Select the join. It's so simple actually. Once you learn this, every time you need to do the same stuff. So once done, now link the sales organization text to the projection. Click on the projection. So finally, please see company code ID, text. Sales organization ID, text. Currency ID, text. For each ID, you have a text. Finally, click on the semantics. Click on columns. Click on at least one key. Let us do label mapping or descriptive mapping. Let us map company code ID, company code text, sales organization ID with sales organization text, currency ID with currency text, and finally click validate and click save and activate. Select the request and click finish. So once we click finish, let us go back to the package. Let us scroll to the top. S4 HANA Master 10. So here we can see. So did I give anything wrong over here? Yes. I think here I need to give L text. Okay, thank you. Thank you, participants. So click on save and activate. So once we save and activate, let us go to the package. Let us scroll to the top. Let us enter S4 HANA Master. S4 HANA Master. Now let us right click on the CV company code. Let us click data preview. Click on raw data. Let us click on add filter. Click BUKRS. Enter the company code 1000 and click execute. Once you click execute, so here you can see company code text, sales organization text, currency text, company code ID text, sales organization ID text, currency text. Now please see, company code is 1000, but in each company code, what do you have? Frankfurt, Berlin, Hamburg. For this, each currency. Now, let me show assignments to the participants. So let us go to the Dropbox. Go to Common Materials. Go to Set 1. Double click on the assignments. Double click on Data Modeling. Double click on Attribute Views. Double click on Calculation Views. Please see here, implementing calculation view, dimension customer, company code, material, time, double click on the company code dimension. So here I given more example. Calculation views. Give the name company code, dimension. So click on the join. So here I'm taking a few more tables, T001, T0. So finally, once you create this, once you're creating this, you will see something like this in the output. You'll be able to see more details like, you'll see more details like company code ID, company code text, sales organizations, currencies associated. So this is company code. Thank you all the participants to attend today's session. Today we completed topics related to customer, material, and company code.